Welcome to Industry Champs. I'm my host, Chris Budihas, and joining me virtually from North Carolina is Wooten. Ann, how are you?
I'm doing great. I hope you are, Chris.
I am above ground. Life's good.
I hear that.
I hear you. So, thanks for coming on Industry Champions. Let's talk about Wooten LLC. What are you doing?
I am first and foremost, a child of God. I am
Amen.
unapologetically faith-based, but I am you can call me a kingdom freedom coach or a certified kingdom, Christian life
Yeah,
coach. But I'm also a self-published author, and I'm a blogger and a musician and
that's
an
wonderful.
ex-accountant of 50 years.
Oh, God bless you. You don't have any gray hair. So, before we get too far ahead, what's the name of the book?
Well, I have three of them that I
Okay,
have
give us the
done.
titles.
Yeah, the first one was Where Faith Takes Flight. That was my first one released. It's an inspirational poetry book released about 2 years ago.
Okay.
And then I wrote a devotional book called The Red Letter Code. And that is about replacing the negative labels and the names that we give ourselves with
Yeah.
names that Jesus Christ calls us in the Bible. And the last one I just released maybe a month and a half ago.
Hmm.
It's my second poetry book, and it's called Where the Heart Turns Home.
That's wonderful. That's inspirational. You're definitely living a legacy. They'll live, well past our lives. That's great. So, how did you? I mean, obviously, your faith matters to you a lot. So,
Mhm.
what do you do with your? Are you in the coaching space with Wooten LLC?
Yes, I can explain a little bit about that.
Yes, please.
Yeah, because when you're a coach, a lot of times you're kind of act more like a disciple. And
Yes.
so my story is really what I want to help others with. And even though I was saved when I was young, you really grow spiritually as you get, as you get older.
Yeah.
That's just life. But I was also the people pleaser. And I
Mm,
mean, all of us are going to be, I think,
yeah.
have that tendency to be a people pleaser. But when you do that, it does leave you disconnected from God
Amen.
and your faith, and especially in those moments. Maybe it's not chronic or all the time,
Yeah.
but as it does, it leaves something unforgiven. And in that unforgiveness separates you from God. And so I walk the clients from, I want to know what their heart is.
Yeah.
And so that's where we get aligned, where they are in their faith. Then we go through the next pillar, which is the fear. So
Mm,
we have to acknowledge and admit what is causing all of this. Where is it rooted in?
yeah.
And then you walk through the grace. And I call it walk through because it's more than just facing up to it. You have to walk through the grace of it to live in the freedom that
Yeah.
only Christ can bring, knowing that your identity is truly there. And also, you want to live that fervent and faith filled life, but on a daily basis because it takes more than just having that personal relationship. What do you do to sustain it?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people do not understand really what it does to sustain that on a daily basis.
That's wonderful. I start off in the morning. I think these little books, the Daily Bread. I read a passage, and then a little bit of prayer starts you off on the right foot, and it
It
definitely clears out. Not just the spiritual piece. Making sure I'm servicing that, but also mentally, it gets me in the right mindset.
right.
You start with, like many people, with a hectic day. You're starting off on the right foot, in the right mindset, to give the best version of yourself to whatever you're doing. So for you, are you strictly focused geographically in the North Carolina area, or it doesn't matter? You're agnostic. You be nationwide or international.
I do all of mine virtual via
Okay,
Zoom, so I can connect. I have spoken to people in Malaysia, the UK,
no kidding.
Australia, and even all over the US.
That's wonderful. And so, with that, I mean, I imagine it's one on one, correct?
It is. I
Okay.
prefer one on one. That's where my strength is,
Yes.
and because a lot of people, you go into group coaching, some might be threatened,
Yep.
by the others listening. And I like to keep the sessions private, kind of
Yes.
like a doctor patient relationship.
Yeah, I agree. I think people be more honest, and then in their answers and their feelings too, than being you worry about whatever else is judging you or not. Hate to say it, especially in a Christian oriented session, that people be judgmental, but we know how people are because we're all
Oh,
human.
that's natural, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, Ann, how do folks find you, and then how do they find Ann Wooten LLC?
Well, they can find me at my website at annwooten with an E.com. I'm
Yeah.
on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Instagram. All of those are on my website. The connections are there.
Yes.
And you can find, you'll, that's where you can find more detail about
That's
what I
great.
do
Yeah.
and everything else.
So what we'll do is we'll take a lot of contact information, we'll put in our show notes, and highly encourage folks to, number one, connect us on LinkedIn, but number two, see what you're doing. Get on your website, and I'd encourage folks. A coach they make you better, right? You can seek or critique yourself, but somebody can actually move you where you want to be in your trajectory in life, and you're there to help them on this journey that we're in called life. So thanks, Ann.
Yeah, I just really like seeing the client taken when they come to you kind of feeling distraught, but at
Yeah.
the end they have that smile on their face and they are ready to go out in their communities and share the gospel with others.
Ann, thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Hey, folks, take a look at our show notes. See what Ann's doing. Man, talk about being a better version of yourself. Let's get you a coach. So Ann's there. She's available, and she's ready to make you that best version of yourself, regardless of where you're at in the world or across the United States. So we'll see you next segment, and live with gratitude.